everybody, Mike Dukes here. I am with Eddie at the Kokomo Humane Society, and we have a little one with us this time. What do we know about this little person?
So this little kitten, normally we like to focus on an adoptable pet, the one that can leave the shelter. This little guy is still a little too small to be adopted, but we want to get the word out about our foster program. We are in peak kitten season right now. I think it was last week or the week before, from one Monday to the next, we took in 82 kittens. That's not including dogs, cats. That was 82 kittens specifically. A lot of those are in foster homes, but we can always use more help. This little one was lucky enough to come in with a mama, and she is very friendly. And but he has 5 other siblings. And mama looks like she fell into a coffee machine. She is an orange tabby, and she came in with 6 little orange tabbies. But this is the kind of thing you can expect to foster with us. It's super nice. We have a wide variety of animals that need fostered, but right around this time of year, this is what we're really needing help with is if we were to keep this kid here in the shelter, and luckily this guy, we've got a foster lined up, coming to pick him up later today. Or pick up the whole group, I mean. But we literally never know when they're going to come in. We can take in a litter of kittens when we open. Sometimes they come in at 5 minutes till close. And it's just, we have to find somewhere to place them. And the thing is, in a shelter environment, because he's got about 5 weeks before he can be adopted. And in a shelter environment, that is not good. That's not good for his health. It's not good for the mama's health. It's stressful. There's noises. There's smells. There's barking dogs 2 rooms over. And it's just not good for anyone in the situation. Versus in a home, you can give them, if you have an extra bedroom, an extra laundry, just any room where you can give the mama some privacy and keep her away from your other animals. Because believe me, if you trying to introduce your other animals, she's going to be mad because she is right now thinking about protecting her babies. But for the most part, they're very good with people. And we're not going to blindside you and say, hey, this is a really sweet cat, and then we hand her over to you, and then she's like a little Tasmanian devil ripping your arm off. So, but no, this mom was really great. She let me give her a full workup. Handle all the kittens, get everybody's pictures and everything. So she's very sweet. But yeah, this poor little guy wouldn't stand very much of a chance in the shelter environment. But in a home, they're more than likely going to thrive. So that's what we want to say today is if you're interested in fostering, maybe you can't keep a cat long term. Maybe your job, the time demands of your job don't allow you to have an actual pet. When you take a mama and kittens, mama's going to do most of the work. What you're doing is giving her a nice, secure, safe place to raise her babies until it's time for adoption. The other thing is sometimes we get babies like this without a mama, and they need a little extra care. And if you have experience with that, maybe you've fostered for other groups, or you've maybe been on a farm and used to, having nursing animals, things like that. We can always use the help because we occasionally get bottle babies, and we need the help with that. That's a big deal. That's a big commitment, and we really appreciate those that do that.
We only have so many hands. We only have so many volunteers. When we have all these animals, or like this little guy, mothers and families that they need a better environment, just someplace calm, relaxed, where they can thrive. Because like I said, it's not really ideal to try and raise a litter of kittens in a place like this. We always want to try and get every animal in and out as quickly as possible because we don't want them to stay here. We want them all to have great homes.
Yeah, we've got a great staff here that takes great care of the animals, but it's a small cage. It's supposed to be a temporary stop off. This is we are just a safe temporary place until we get them into their new home. And a length of stay here, especially at this young, it's not an ideal situation.
If you've ever had a cat that's had kittens, at this age, they largely stay in one area. They stay close to mom to keep warm, to eat. But at a certain point, they want to start exploring. And the mom at a certain point, because their teeth get a little, they get their teeth and they start biting down when you're feeding, and she's like, okay, I want none of this. So she needs time just to get away and relax. You can't really do that in a small confined space. So that's why we need you.
Yeah. That was like you planned that. When you said bite, she started nibbling my thumb. Or he, I think. Yeah, this one's a he. Sorry. But yeah, for real, as soon as she said bite, she was like, nom, 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 nom.
So if you think you would be great for a foster, please give us a call.
This is a great thing to do as a family activity too. Say your kids are interested in getting their first pet, but you're not quite sure if they're up to the responsibility of it. Foster for us. You bring home a temporary kitty cat and see how things go. Does it last a week and then they're bored with it, and then you end up taking care of it, and or do they really jump in there and you see that they're ready for the commitment of their own pet, and plus they're fun. Like at this age, the mom is doing all the work. In a couple weeks, these guys are gonna be running and chasing each other, and it's a blast to watch. They're just gonna be all like, running up the walls and jumping off and tackling each other, and it's so much fun to watch kittens. I will say that, like, when you have a large litter, it does get to be a lot, because then you got to sweep up after them and things like that. But the good thing is they're fosters, so they're coming back to the shelter, and then you get that break, and then you relax. And then when you're ready, you come back and we'll give you some more fosters.
It's kind of like being an aunt, uncle, grandpa, and grandma. Get the kids for a while, but then send them back.
Yeah, you get the fun part, and then the fun part with the no commitment. You're just like, hey. Another thing too, which is fun. It can be fun for the kids. Right now, this guy, his name is OK1 for Orange Kitten 1. That's another fun family activity. We run so short on names here. We name so many animals every year, and we try not to repeat them. And what we have is we need you guys. We need the fosters to pick out names for us because we have so many animals. So you can name them after relatives or your favorite TV show or favorite movie or favorite book.
So then, you can be like, hey, go to the website, point them out, I named that cat.
And another thing a lot of people don't know is we kind of give first dibs to fosters. So you've invested a lot of time and energy into helping these babies thrive. So if one of them steals your heart, and you want to adopt, we're not going to tell you no. You kind of got first dibs.
And like Eddie said, a couple of weeks, you're going to start to see the personalities come out. They're going to it's going to be like an acrobatic show. You just make the popcorn and just watch, because it's great to watch. If you don't smile just watching these kittens, I don't know. But it's a win-win. Great family activity. They're very photogenic.
And I want to throw into there too, you have the support of the shelter when you're fostering. So it's not we're not just handing it to you, you're on your own. Yeah, we give you contact information for people. So when you have questions, you can text, you can email, call the shelter. We'll get you the supplies you need, the food, the litter, the medicine if that's what's called for. We want you to understand that you get the support of the shelter too.
Yeah, you're not alone. You get all the support you need, so you can support them. And then when they're ready, you bring them back, and hopefully we can get them adopted out fast. And you can't look at one of these guys and not smile. Like I say, they're adorable.
A lot of times when we have groups of kittens, we'll get a bunch of them fixed, and then we'll have like a special adoption event at one of the stores in town that we partner with, or maybe another location that's invited us to come. And it's always great because the fosters are welcome to bring your kittens and show them off. And then that way you also kind of get to see who takes them and who they go home with, and kind of follow them on their journey from a little abandoned kitten at the shelter, all the way through until they have found their forever home. I know.
I'm not really seeing any downsides. So, think you might be foster material, give us a call. And even if you're not foster material, maybe you're looking for a permanent solution. Well, we've got plenty of other animals. They all need great homes. Give us a call. Check out that website. Got a lot. We'll see you next week.